the coastal elites thrown to your opponent? I mean, I've mentioned this a few times on the show because it was so jaw-dropping. Clay pulled together the data earlier in the week on
Abrams and Beto O'Rourke gubernatorial races, which are going to be both lost by probably double digits or close to double digits in both cases. $150 million spent, and a ton of that money coming from New York and California, because Santa Monica should pick the governor of Georgia, obviously. What's it been like in your state?
Yeah, so my understanding is that Tim Ryan, my Democrat opponent, and John Fetterman, of course, the guy in Pennsylvania, the very well-spoken Senate candidate in Pennsylvania, they're the two best fundraisers in the entire National Democratic Party right now. So I think Tim Ryan, by the end of this race, I think he's raised probably 60 plus. He'll probably hit well over 70 by Tuesday. And again, all of that has gone into TV advertising where he pretends to be somebody that he's not. Says that he supports the police, even though he's voted to strip them of their legal protections, even though he voted to ban gas-powered cars and wants to end fracking, says that he's pro-energy independence. And that's why the money really does matter. I mean, I never got this until I was a candidate, but those all-important undecided voters, that's one of the ways to reach them. Certainly the media isn't helping us out. But those advertisements for the Democrats have been effective. And one of the reasons why I feel so good about our race now is we've really beaten that stuff back in the last couple of months.
JD, do you watch all the negative ads? Like, do you sit on your campaign bus or sit in campaign headquarters between meetings and events and actually watch everything they say about you or not? I'm just curious. I don't know the answer.
No, I'm not a psychopath, so I try not to see and watch and read every negative thing they say about me. Man, I think you would go crazy if you just saw everything negative. I mean, sometimes, like, I'm a big sports guy, especially college football, and so, during a Buckeyes game, you'll see a negative ad come on about you, and it's kind of funny when you're hanging out with your buddies, and they're like, oh, there you are, JD, there's your fat head on TV, getting attacked for
but JD, what's your site? Because we got to get pedal to the metal here, and we got 15 seconds. Where do people go?
Yeah, man, yeah. JDVance.com. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
You're the man, JD. Thank you. Clay. Just days away, man. Tomorrow's Friday. We're going to loosen it up. We're going to tell everybody what's what. We're going to have a good time. And I'm looking forward to the party.
Till the red tsunami, Buck. 4 days tomorrow. Count them.
Clay Travis and Buck Sexton on the front lines of truth.
The last couple of years have been bumpy for business owners. How about a break? If your business has 5 or more employees and managed to survive COVID, you could be eligible to receive a payroll tax rebate of up to $26,000 per employee. This is not a loan. It's a refund of your taxes. The challenge, getting your hands on it.
Go to getrefunds.com. The team of tax attorneys they've put together are highly trained in this little-known payroll tax refund program and have already returned $1 billion to businesses. They can help you too.
They do all the work with no charges up front and share a percentage of the cash they get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those who took PPP, nonprofits, and even those that had increases in sales.
Go to getrefunds.com. Click on Qualify Me and answer a few questions. This payroll tax refund is available for a limited amount of time. That's getrefunds.com. Getrefunds.com.
Have you or anyone you know ever lived or worked at Camp Lejeune before 1987? Camp Lejeune's water systems were contaminated by chloride from fuel leaks on the property. If you had any contact with water while at Camp Lejeune and have been diagnosed with any type of cancer or Parkinson's disease, you could be entitled to compensation. Call us today. Do not delay. Call 1-800-602-7900. That's 1-800-602-7900. Paid for by Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
We tried Dynovite nutritional supplement, and after a couple of weeks, we noticed a big difference. Our little Gizmo's coat was shinier, and there was a lot less scratching and shedding.
My dog smelled and scratched constantly. We bathed and sprayed her, took her to the vet, but no results. Now, a little Dynovite in her food helps Bella keep her beautiful coat with no scratching or smell.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dynovite.
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
Sure, we have 30 seconds to tell you that drivers who switch to Progressive could save big. But then what? We could romance the legal copy. It never gets the attention it deserves. And some lawyer worked real hard on it. So take it away, lawyer.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Now that was some beautiful legal. Well done, lawyer. Well done.
Prop 29 is yet another special interest ballot proposition that would shut down dialysis clinics and threaten the lives of 80,000 kidney patients. 80,000 patients who need dialysis treatments to stay alive. Join the American Nurses Association California and thousands of dialysis patients. Say no to yet another dangerous dialysis proposition. Vote no on Prop 29. Ad paid for by No on 29. Stop yet another dangerous dialysis proposition sponsored by patients, doctors, nurses, and dialysis providers. Committee major funding for DaVita and Fresenius Medical Care.
They could have saved her. Lisa Brady, Fox News. That's what the family of Gabby Petito is saying about police in Moab, Utah, where Petito and boyfriend Brian Laundrie were stopped for questioning as they traveled together last year, just days before Gabby was killed. A witness had reported Brian hitting her. The Petito family filing a wrongful death lawsuit today.
Alleging that if the Moab police had followed the requirements of the Utah law, the Utah statutes on domestic violence, Gabby would still be alive today.
Family attorney James McConkey, the city of Moab plans to fight the lawsuit, saying what happened to Petito was terrible, but the officers are not responsible. Laundrie went home to Florida without Petito and later killed himself. A show of solidarity by U.S. and South Korean defense leaders after repeated missile launches by North Korea.
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin welcomed Republic of Korea Defense Minister Lee Jong-suk to the Pentagon and said the ironclad support of South Korea is backed by firepower.
And includes a full range of our nuclear, conventional, and missile defense capabilities.
Through a translator, Minister Lee urged North Korea to choose diplomacy for a peaceful future.
We also pledge to continue our cooperation to achieve a complete denuclearization of North Korea.
In response to North Korean launches, Secretary Austin says the U.S.-South Korean exercises known as Vigilant Storm will be extended to increase readiness.
Fox's Gernal Scott, the two defense chiefs also warning North Korea using any kind of nuclear weapons against the U.S. or its partners would mean the end of the Kim regime. Jailed basketball star Brittany Griner gets a visit from U.S. embassy officials in Moscow. The State Department says they saw firsthand her tenacity and perseverance. The U.S. considers Griner wrongfully detained, still pressing Russia to accept a reported prisoner swap. America is listening to Fox News.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
And now a small business setback is assessed by a beloved family pediatrician.
Oh, hey, Tiger. Big scary tree branch give your work truck a boo-boo? Yeah. Wow. See this thing on my phone here? It's the Progressive mobile app. Just push that little button there and report your claim. Attaboy.
When owning a small business gets painful, Progressive Commercial is here to make it all better. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com.
What's this? Candy drawer? Who wants a lollipop?
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Covered subject to policy terms and conditions. Auto claims not available in all states or situations.
Dancing crew, trip for 2, nailed the final interview. Game with Doug, brand new mug. Come here, kid, give me a hug. The more you want to do, the more we want to do. Boosters designed for COVID-19 variants are now available. If you've had your primary series, schedule an updated COVID-19 booster appointment as soon as you're eligible. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
Hello, Bay Area. I'm Amy Eric, founder of Madison Reed, a hair color company I named after my daughter. I started Madison Reed because I